tujya twitegereza bahita bahaguruka turasamwa amasasu nk'atatu cyangwa ane.
As we are seeing, they started shooting gunfire down.
Ijambo nza nibuka bavuze baravuze ngo umuntu wese ufite telefone muri mwebwe ngo ayitibure hasi. Baraje bakuramo bajya abantu barindwi bapfuye babakura modoka barambika ku muhanda. Bahise bafata uwo mukecuru aho baramurasa. Umukecuru ungana nk'abanyirakuru nk'abanyina. Nje umutima urambwira ngo iruke bakurase bareke kugutema n'imipanga ariko
but my heart told me run instead of dying when you are just seated.
Barandasa.
They shot.
Nani nambaye t-shirt.
I had on a t-shirt.
Barayirasira shira.
They shot the t-shirt and it was all in two pieces.
Nani nambaye training.
I had my sweater pants on.
Barayirasira shira.
They shot everything in two pieces.
Ngera hamwe batase umundi ko ndahunga ikinaretse bagakora ico bashaka.
I reached at the extent I asked myself, why am I running? Why I'm already there?
Umutima uramwe ati komeza gahoro
But
gahoro.
the heart told me, keep running, you may survive.
Ndagenda ndara mu ishamba. Nkigera mu ishamba nahindukiranya bari bagiye kutwica.
Reaching in the forest, I turned to the people who are going to kill us.
Ndabwira ngo ese mutujanye.
I asked them, where are you taking us?
Barambwira ngo funga kinywa.
They told me to shut up.
Iryo jambo
that word
na papa ntigeze kurimbwira yaramzaye.
Reka tuze kumva ikiganiro.
We'll hear some words.
Kivuga hejuru y'amateka y'abanyamurenge.
Talking about Banyamulenge history.
Yeah. Kiza kuyoborwa n'umuyobozi wacu Claude.
From our leader Claude.
Reka tumusabe aze imbere.
We urge you to come here.
Atuhereze ikiganiro.
And give us the word.
Kandi muze kugitegera cyane.
And listen carefully.
Biradufasha abatoya barimo hano n'abakuru.
Those who are here small and
yeah, mwagize neza. Reka dusabe interpreter wundi nimba yamaze kuboneka azadufashe.
Murakoze kuba muduhaye ijambo.
Thanks a lot for giving me this moment.
Nibyo turayiruza umwanya wadusize ariko nanone turagerageza kuba bagufi.
For sure the time has passed but we try to limit ourselves.
Turagerageza gukora ku by'ingenzi bijanye n'umunsi wa none.
We summarize straight to what is needed today.
Turavuga hejuru y'amateka y'abanyamurenge ariko cyane cyane mu bibazo twagiye duhura nabyo muri Kongo.
We talk about the history of Banyamulenge, especially the issues we faced in Congo.
Insanganyamatsiko y'uyu munsi iravuga ngo kwibuka ku Ncuro ya 21 abacu biciwe mu Mugatumba mu gihugu cy'u Burundi. Tariki ya 13 y'ukwezi kwa 8 muri 2024.
The theme of today is the commemoration of 2004 Gatumba genocide against Congolese Banyamulenge in Burundi.
Kwibuka Abacu, abisubiramo kwibuka Abacu,
remembering ours,
dusaba ubutabera,
claiming for justice,
kandi turwanya ihakana n'ipfobya,
and fighting against denialism
rya genocide rikorerwa abanyamurenge n'abatutsi muri Kongo,
against the genocide made against the Tutsis Congolese in Congo.
Impamvu turi hano,
the reason we're here,
twaje kwibuka,
we are here to remember.
Twaje kwibuka bagenzi bacu bari mu gihugu cy'u Burundi.
We are here to remember our brothers and sisters who are in Burundi.
Bari bageze mu gihugu cy'u Burundi ari impunzi.
They were in Burundi as refugees.
Kandi zemewe n'amategeko.
And these refugees were accepted by the law.
Hari igihugu cyari cyabahaye ubuhungiro ari cy'u Burundi.
The country of Burundi has accepted them as refugees.
Hari UN yagombaga kuba proteja.
The UN was there.
Ariko nanone kandi baranga babatsinda mu maso yabo.
But they were killed in their faces.
Umuntu yakwibaza ngo se no kubera iki twibuka.
Anyone can ask himself, why do we remember?
Kwibuka rimwe na rimwe ubitekereje wenda hafi cyane wagira ngo wenda wibuka abashaka kugira ngo akomeretse imitima kandi.
You would probably think that when you try to remember, you harming your hearts,
cyangwa se waba ushaka kugira ngo utoneke cya gikomere cyari gisa n'icyacuma,
or you probably would be opening a wound that was healing,
ariko sibyo.
but that is not the case.
Kwibuka hari impamvu zigera nko kuri 5 twashize hano cyangwa 6.
Remembering there are 5 or 6 reasons that I tried to put here on a piece of
Muzukuri
paper.
ni nishi,
There are way too many reasons.
ariko twahisemo izo nkeya kugira ngo wenda duse n'abatanga umuco w'icyatumye twateranye se cyangwa twadukora igikorwa nk'iki ngiki.
But we chose those 6 reasons for the purpose of today's gathering.
Kwibuka kugira ngo turwanye kwibagirwa, kugira ngo ibyatubayeho byongere ntibikongere kubaho.
We remember so that we can not forget and prevent that what happened happen again.
Twibuka kugira ngo duhe agaciro abacu bishwe bazize uko basa cyangwa baremwe.
When we remember, we value our people who were killed because of why and how they were created.
Twibuka kugira ngo dusabe ubutabera bw'abantu bishwe kugeza uyu munsi batarabuhabwa.
We commemorate to claim justice for those who are still claiming for justice.
Twibuka kandi kugira ngo twibutse abicanyi ko ibyo bakoze twabimenyese cyangwa byamenyekanye, kandi bakwiriye kubibazwa ndetse no kwibutswa kuko batagomba kugenda ejo n'ejo bundi bazabisubiremo cyangwa basubire babikore kuko bagomba gushirwa mu nkiko.
When we commemorate, we are putting those killers, the genociders, at the spot, so that what they did, they get to know that it's known and they're not going to do it anymore.
Twibuka kandi kugira ngo duhumurizanye ndetse tunishakemo ibisubizo by'ibibazo twagize kugira ngo dukumire kure cyane ibisa n'ibyatubayeho.
When we remember, we trying to unite each other so that we can overcome what we passed through.
Ya nyuma twibuka ibisa nibi no kugaya, kwibuka no kugaya.
And commemorating, that's really kugaya.
Kunenga.
I don't know that term.
Come to
That term, I don't know it.
Kugira ngo ibyo twakorewe.
So that's what happened to us.
N'ibihugu ibyo twakorewe mu maso y'ibihugu.
What happened to us in front of the whole nations.
Ndetse n'isi yose ireba.
And all the whole world looking.
Ariko isi ntitabare cyangwa ngo itange igisubizo cy'aba bantu bari abanyantege nkeya bari babahungiyeho bashagaga kubaho.
And these nations stayed silent.
Turibuka kugira ngo tubagaye tunabigaye ibyo bakoze.
We commemorate so that they get to know that we know what they kept silent.
Amateka y'abanyamurenge muri Congo.
The history of Abanyamulenge in Congo.
Atwereka ko abanyamurenge babaye muri Congo mbere yuko Afrika iba partage cyangwa igabura.
It shows us that Abanyamulenge existed in Congo before countries were divided.
Abanyamurenge basanzwe muri Congo mbere yuko haba iriya nama ya Berlin.
Abanyamulenge existed in Congo before even the Berlin meeting.
Mbere yuko Congo yitwa Congo y'uyu munsi.
Before even Congo becomes Congo today.
Abanyamurenge babaye muri Congo bakora imirimo isanzwe nk'abandi baturage bose.
Abanyamulenge lived in Congo and have been participating in the country's work like every other person.
Ariko nanone zaja kugera aho ngaho bagasa n'abakumirwa mu bintu bimwe na bimwe.
But at some point they were limited to some of the nation activities.
ndetse nibyo byagiye biviramo impfu zimwe na zimwe tugenda tugeraho tubabwira ziza zikagera kuri izi ngizi z'uyu munsi se cyangwa z'itariki dusa n'abarimo twibuka uyu munsi.
And that generated in what we have faced and continue to face, death here and there.
Muri mirongo ina muri mu gihumbi kimwe magana cyenda mirongo itandatu na gatandatu
In 1966,
abanyamurenge bishwe nta kindi cyaha bakoze muri Kongo.
the Banyamulenge were killed without any committing any sin.
Havutse umutwe witwa ba Murere barwanyaga ubutegetsi.
And there came this Mulere group.
Barwana na leta ariko baje kugera ku banyamurenge bakabica bihariye kandi atari ukuvuga ngo bari muri leta.
They were fighting against the government, but when they reached to Banyamulenge, they would kill them as really slaughtering them.
Turavuga ibice bimwe na bimwe byagiye bigwamo abantu donc twagiye dufata hamwe si hose twabonye nitufata hose ntituza kubona umwanya uhagije.
He had selected different spots where he's going to talk about those spots.
Aho abantu bagiye bicwa kandi ntaco bazira kuko basuko basa gusa bakabica.
Where people were killed just because of how they look and who they are.
Ahitwa Kirumba haguye abantu 22 mu ikanisa.
In a church in Kirumba, 22 people were simply killed.
Ahitwa ku Gatongo haguye abantu 10.
In Gatongo, 10 people were killed.
Ahitwa mu Gahwera aho ni mu Minembwe haguye abantu 30.
In Menembwe, Gahwera, 30 people were killed.
Ibyo n'abantu tuvuze gusa bakeya ariko abicwa rumwe abicwa ari babiri abasanzwe mu nzira bakagirirwa nabi abanyagwa ibyabo ibyo ntitwabivuga ngo tubirangize.
Yeah, those are some examples, but we're not talking about people that are meet on the street, one people, two people that are faced here and there.
Jewe uyu nguyu sogokuru uzaramama yishwe na Murere gusa ko nta konge n'umunyamurenge ari.
My grandpa, the dad of my mom, was also killed in that time.
Muri 1997 twihuse.
In 1999,
nako 1997
instead,
abantu biciwe ahantu hatandukanye b'abanyamurenge.
Banyamulenge were killed in many different spaces.
Kandi muzukuri nta cyaha bari bakoze.
And obviously they have not done anything.
I Bukavu haguye abantu 22.
In Bukavu, 22 people were killed.
I Kaziba haguye abantu 8.
Kaziba, 8 people were killed.
Iyo tuvuga abanyamurenge akenshi story yacu ntabwo itandukana n'abanyamasisi.
When we talk about Banyamulenge, our history is not different from people from Masisi.
Si cyane nubwo dutuye muri provinces zitandukanye.
It's not very different even if we are located in different areas.
Ariko tuzira kenshi ibintu bisa.
But we are victim of the same situation.
Isura yacu yonyine irahagije kugira ngo babe batwica.
The looking itself is enough to explain the whole.
Ndabyibuka nk'igihe bisha abantu imudende.
I remember when people were killed in Mudende.
Nari umuntu mukuru abantu bagera kuri 327 bapfuye ico gihe n'inkomeri nishi 200 zirenga.
That time 327 people were killed. Yeah.
Bityo nabo bakazira nyine uko basa bapfa kubarangiza ati abasaba kubahanga ntibakabeho ahubwo bakwiriye gupfa.
And they were simply killed because of how they look.
Mu bibogobogo aho ni muri Sud Kivu ni wacu aho twavuga ni Magaja na Bivumu.
In Bigobogo, Magaja and Bivumu, that's in the south.
N'utundi turere.
Even surrounding areas.
Hishwa abantu bagera kuri 550.
550 people were killed.
Abarenga 159 bajuranwa iminyago.
And around 150 were taken away by force.
Mu Ruberizi hishwa abantu 10.
In Ruberizi, 10 people were killed.
Kandi abangaba bishwe nabi bo barabwiye ngo nibabanze biyimbira imva.
And these 10 people dig down their graves themselves.
hanyuma barababwira ngo nibajemo barafurira.
And then they told them to go in their graves and then
inganja bungeri n'abari batuyeyo hapfuye abantu 75.
in Ganja and Bungeri, around 75 people were killed.
abarenga ijana bajanwa amateko.
And over 100 were taken away.
I Remera hiciwe abantu 36.
In Remera, 36 people were killed.
I Buvira ahitwa ku Kimanga hiciwe abantu 5.
In Kimanga, Uvira, 50 people. Five people were killed.
aho ni muri 96 97.
That is between 1996 and 97.
muri 98
In 1998,
ikaremi haguye abantu 87.
in Karemi, 87 people were killed.
Kinshasa hiciwe abantu 300.
Kinshasa itself,
babanyamurenge.
300 Wanyamurenge were killed.
Ikamina hiciwe abantu 400.
Ikamina, 400 people were killed too.
Lubumbashi hiciwe abantu 200.
In Lubumbashi, 200.
ahangaha hari harimo na data wacu murumuna wa data yari umusirikare yari umukapiteni.
And here in Lubumbashi, my uncle was there.
yari umusirikare kwa Mubutu akorera igihugu umusirikare nk'abandi ngo buce intwaro zirahinduka hanyuma ngo bihinduke barishwe.
My uncle was a soldier in Mobutu's military, and when things changed, then they started killing them.
muri Bzura hiciwe abantu 45.
In Bura, 45 people were killed.
abarenga ibihumbi 200 barahunga n'amasho amwe arapfa barayanyaga izindi zigenda zifira mu nzira.
Over 200,000 people threw away, ran away, went with their cows and cattle.
bamwe muri abangaba bacitse ku icumu ryo muri Bzura.
And some of the survivors from Bura,
nibo baba bashitse bajibuvira ngo buce bicirwa mu Gatumba bahunze naho.
those are the ones who flew to Uvira, and they were killed over there too. And Gatumba, Uvira and Gatumba.
Muri mu bihumbi 2004 rero.
In the year 2004,
habaye kandi imyivumbagatanyo se cyangwa intambara.
there was a war.
yahigaga kandi abantu nkuko buko.
And that war was targeting the same people.
ahanje uyu mwaka nari nahavuye muri 2002 abandi barahasigara twari duturanye Buvira.
And in that year I had left, in 2002 I had left Uvira.
Njibujumbura abasigaye nabo baza guhunga kuko ico gihe ntibyari bimeze neza.
And I ran away heading Ujumbura.
noneho bahunze kuko bariko bahigwa kandi bameneshwa.
And when they were flying away,
nibwo bahurutse kandi donke bahurutse mu Gatumba.
that's the time they reached Gatumba.
mu mategeko ya Nasyozini ubundi y'impunzi hunze kirazira ko washira ku mupaka w'igihugu ihunze.
Normally, according to the United Nations policies, a refugee cannot be kept close to the border.
Kuko baba batinya nyine ko umwanzi bahunze ashobora no kubasanga ahandi byoroshe.
And the reasoning behind is that people trying to kill them can reach out to them easily.
bakabajana kure n'umupaka.
Then the intent is to take them away. They should be taken away from the borders.
Ndabyibuka uyu munsi muri iki cyumweru kiza haza ku donke mbere yuko bapfa.
I do remember just a week before they were killed.
Naraje mvi Bujumbura nambuka Buvira.
I was heading Uvira coming from Bujumbura.
Nsanga bimiriye abantu kuri douane.
And I found people at the borders.
Ico gihe hari muci abana bari kubava mu mashuri bataha baja muri vacances.
It was summertime, kids coming from the school heading to their homes.
N'abavuga ibujumbura n'abari bavuye za Ngozi n'ahandi hose mu province hari ama university n'ama école.
And those coming from Bujumbura and different other provinces also.
Batahaga icyo gihe bakaja gushaka amafaranga yo kuzagaruka gutangira umwaka w'ishuri.
They were heading home to collect money so they can go back to school.
Ariko ibibazo byari biri hariya icyo gihe barabibira banga ko bajabuka.
But because of the issues in that time, they prevented them to cross the border.
Mu buryo byagaragaraga se cyangwa abantu baje kwibona ko byabiri mu mupango.
And in reality, and how people could see that this was really pre-planned.
Aho umuntu akenera ufite ibyangombwa bikwiriye akenera kwambuka gutaha.
Anyone who had official documents could go home.
Ariko bakanga ko agenda ngo nagaruke agumaho mu kambi.
But they prevented them to cross the border. They forced them to stay in the camp.
Narahageze uwo munsi kuko nje nari mfite abandi bantu baje kuntega ntibyari bishoboka ngo banimire.
And me, I had people across the border who and I was able to cross.
Noneho nsanga hariho abanyeshuri nka 300.
And I found close to 300 young kids across the
barabasore abakobwa n'inkumi bari bakuru aba
boys and girls, yes.
Noneho barambwira ati ntudusiga hano.
And they told me, you're not going to leave us here.
Ndababwira ati sindabajana nta mfite mbajana.
I told them, where am I going to take you?
Ati nimba wo twemera gusuka pfa kutwambutsa hano kuri douane.
And they begged him to help them cross the border.
Ibindi turavyimenyera.
They said they will try to find their own solution.
Naragiye nje kuvugana n'abadouanier b'abarundi.
So I went on and spoke to the border police.
Ndababwira ati ni mumpe aba bantu tujane ntibagaruka.
And I told them to allow me to go to cross over with those young people.
Baranemerera mu mishikirano myinshi mwanya muremure dusa n'abavugana nabo.
The border police allowed me, accepted.
Nambukana abantu bogera none nko mwijana rirenga.
And I crossed over with around 100 people.
Ndavuga ngo wenda iyo ntabambukana wenda nabo baba barapfuye mu bamwe.
I'm feeling that if I would not have passed over with 100, they would have died with others too.
Mbagejeje kuri douane y'abakongomani bazana imodoka ya fuso.
When I reached the Congolese border, they brought a truck.
It was a really big truck.
A big truck, a fuso.
Babashiramo abantu 100 bariko bapakira nka kurya ko babapakira injanga.
And they packed those people in those trucks.
Barabajanye no kuri aneri ngo bashike ataba bose n'abasirikare bagomba gufungwa.
And they took them to Aner?
Yes.
They took them
Aneri ni services za security.
They took them to the security services and they say they need to be jailed.
Yeah, babitaga ngo n'abasirikare ngo bagomba gufungwa.
So they said these are soldiers, they need to be jailed.
Ubwo ndagenda turabavugira ibishoboka bamwe barafungurwa abandi basigaramo.
I went, tried my best, and some were released and some were kept in there.
Muri abo bana bose bari barimo hari hasigayemo abana bagera nko ku 16.
And at around 16 young people were still in the jail.
Ndababwira ati nimugende mwemere mufungwa ariko nzagerageza ibishoboka byose sinzava hano ndafunguwe.
And I told them, I try my best, you stay there, but I'm going to work on that.
Mu cyumweru kimwe bose barafungurwa barataha.
In 1 week, all the 16 were released.
Muri ico cyumweru rero nibwo abanzi bako baje bica abantu rero mu Gatumba.
In that week, that's when enemies came in Gatumba and killed all the people.
Bigaragaraga ko bashakaga ko n'ubundi abantu bakomeza kuba bari benshi.
So it's a sign they wanted everyone to be gathered in that same spot.
Noneho ntihagire ababacika baze kubica bose bari kumwe.
So that they could kill all of them together.
Amakuru atugeraho yatubwiraga ko hari Ncuro yaje donc abantu bavuye muri Kongo haje Ncuro donc inzira donc bagaragaye aho baciye.
So the news we have is that people had a way to get to Gatumba
bavuye muri Kongo,
coming from Congo.
Kandi baje bavuga imvugo z'Igiswahili.
And they They could speak, they were talking in Swahili.
Bakavuga ni Kibembe,
And they also could speak in Kibembe,
Kirundi ni Kinyarwanda.
and Kirundi and Kinyarwanda.
Bigaragara kuko hari complicité y'abo bantu bose
Obviously, there was a complicity between all those people.
kugira ngo babice.
A plan to decimate the whole people.
Ikindi cyagaragaye kuko hari hariho donc bazari byarateguwe.
Another reason you can see that this was planned.
Izi mpunzi zari zarahunganye n'abandi bakongomani andi moko y'abakongomani.
These refugees were mixed with different other Congolese tribes.
Aho mu nkambi bari barabashize babahereza amashitingi atandukanye.
So in that camp, they had different sheetings, covers.
Abanyamurenge babashira mu mashitingi asukwayo.
Wanyamulenge were kept in the sheetings looking the same.
Ayandi moko y'abakongomani bayashira mu mashitingi nayo asukwawo.
And different other tribes received sheathings looking also differently.
Mu buryo ubwo bazaga kubica donc bagiye muri ya mashitingi arimo abanyamurenge gusa.
So when they came to kill them, they only went where the Wanyamulenge were only.
Donc urumva ni kibuga kimwe ariko basa n'abagiciyemo kabiri.
So there was this big ground that is divided.
Abanyamurenge baje uruhande rumwe andi moko bayashira urundi ruhande.
Wanyamulenge were on one side and the rest were on the other side.
Bigaragara ko ari ibintu byari byateguwe rwose biri planifié neza.
Very clear that this was really planned.
Umwanzi aje kwica yaje ngo hayaririmba bafite ingoma n'amapendo.
So when the enemy came to kill them, they were singing.
Binjira muri ya mashitingi y'abanyamurenge abari bo bica gusa.
And they entered in those sheetings, they killed all Wanyamulenge.
Hari abandi bakongomani bandi moko bapfuyemo bari begeranye n'abanyamurenge bari barasanze abanyamurenge muri ajya mashitingi yabo.
There are some other tribes that were also killed. They were also together with those Wanyamulenge.
Kubera ubushuti bagiranaga n'abanyamurenge barabasanga c'était parfait. Donc bari nta kintu bari bazi gihari.
Because of the friendship, they didn't know what is planned, and then they were together.
So igitero kije nticabanje kubakuramo bose cyarabicanye.
And when they came to kill them, they killed all of them.
Umuryango wose urashira uwo mugabo Mubembe.
And this man, this Mubembe, died together with all the rest of the Wanyamulenge. Most of them were killed.
Muri iki gitero,
in this attack,
abishwe mu buryo buri mu bugome bw'indengakamere.
They were killed in a very dishonoring way. Dishonoring way.
Barabarasaga.
They were killed by gun.
Bamara kubarasa.
And after that,
bashika ku ntumbi kugira ngo bahakikishe ko yapfuye bakayitema.
And when they reach the dead body, they will use also machetes.
Bakoresheje imipanga cyangwa ubuhiri cyangwa intwaro gakondo.
They will use machetes, they will use gudrons, any these traditional tools.
Barangiza bagatwika bari bafite za essence bagatwika.
And after that they had even gas to burn all the dead bodies.
Mu buryo bavugaga ati nimba atapfuye n'isasu ryamugize casualty.
And they would say if he is not dead by the bullet,
nini urumva niwo mugambi nimba tishwe n'isasu ryakubisa ahantu wenda hatica ntiyapfuye yazaja kubaho.
If the bullet didn't reach the deadly side and this person may survive,
reka dukoresha ubuhiri wenda cyangwa umupanga urakuraho.
Then they will use a machete or a gudron or something else to finalize the task.
Nanone kandi nimba umupanga utabashije kurangiza uyu muntu ngo ashireho.
But again, if the machete doesn't really finish up the job,
reka dukoresheje essence tumeneho essence twike.
They would use the gas to finalize the task.
Mbese hari mu bugome bw'indenga kamere umuntu adashobora kuba yatekereza ari umuntu muzima.
There was some sort of animalities in killing and slaughtering these people.
Kandi baragerageje donc barishe barisanzura.
They really killed. They killed, completely killed.
Barasahura uko bashaka.
They took away their stuff, their belongings.
Kandi kidutangaza ikiza kidutiyobera donc ikiza kidutangaza ko hari complicité.
And another surprising reason
nuko aho hari brigade, hari gisirikare, position ya gisirikare.
Beside the camp there was a military camp.
Hari police.
There was police.
Ariko abo bantu bose ntibatabaye.
And neither the police nor no one really moved at all.
Kuva mu masaa 4 za nijoro zishira saa 5.
From around 10 p.m.
Donc abantu babaja kuryama.
By the time people are heading to bed to sleep.
Kugeza mu masaa 9 za nijoro babucagurikana nibwo abatabaye babashe gutabara.
Till 3 a.m. that's the time people could show up.
Murumva amasaha 4-5 abantu bakora ibisa n'ivyo amasasa hayavuga, abantu bavuza induru, abantu bapfa, nta gitabara, nta muntu ushobora kuvuga ngo niki cyabaye reka tunyarukire hari.
So slaughters were given enough time to finalize their work, to kill at their ease.
Kugeza ubwo bikuye bonyine baragenda.
To the point that when they felt like they are done, then they left, and the rest of the police show up. This world is selfish.
Ariko kandi,
but we who faced it,
n'abagenzi bacu bose barimo baje kudushigikira n'abandi bose bababajwe n'ibi.
We who faced it, or our friends who came to support us, and any other person who is really touched by this situation,
turasaba ubutabera.
We claim for justice.
Turasaba ubutabera.
We claim for justice.
Nubwo batwirengagije imyaka ikabibaye 20.
Even if they forgotten us and now it's over 21 years.
Tukaba tucinginga ngo nibaduhe ubutabera, imiryango yacu nihabwe ubutabera, abicanye nibagaragare bashirwe mu nkiko.
And we are still begging for justice and claiming that those who did kill us get to be known and be in justice in the court.
Turacakomeje.
We still continue.
Ntituzahweba.
We will continue.
Ntituzaceceka.
We will not be silenced.
Turasaba ubutabera leta ya Kongo.
We claim justice for the Congolese government.
Nubwo ikomeje kugeza kuri none gutoteza ubwoko bwacu n'abatutsi muri rusange.
Even if it continues to neglect and to keep silent and looking at Tutsis as different other people.
Nubwo igikomeje kwica abantu mu bice bitandukanye nta cyaha bakoze.
Even if it continues to kill different people in different areas without having committed any sin.
Turabizi neza twese intambara zirimo hari iwacu kugeza kuri none uyu munsi turiho.
We all know all the combats that are happening here and there in the country.
Turabizi abasirikare bafashwe bakaribwa, bakotswa, bakarishwa igishwaga bari kumwe n'abagenzi babo.
We know even some militaries who have been killed and eaten as brochettes.
abandi bagafata bakabatera amabuye umusirikare wambaye uniform ya gisirikare ya leta, abaturage bagatera amabuye bakica polisi haireba.
We know all those people who have been stones wearing the military uniforms.
Ariko kandi turacatakambira Kongo nka leta.
But we still cry loud to the Congolese government.
Kongo ni igihugu cacu, turi abaturage bayo.
Congo is our country and we are its citizen.
Malgré urwango batwanga,
even if they don't like us,
ariko nanone kandi turacara abakongomani.
But still we are Congolese.
Kandi ntitwenda no kubivaho.
And we will not give up on that.
Turabasaba kugira ngo basabe ubutabera ku baturage babo biciwe Mugatumba.
We claim justice for the people who were killed in
Bafite ubushobozi bwo kubaza leta y'u Burundi.
Congo has the authority to ask the Burundian government
kugira ngo hatangwe iperereza ryo kumenya neza icisha abaturage,
so that they can look and dig down and find out who did what they did.
Nanone kandi ubusabe bwacu buraja ku gihugu cy'u Burundi.
But we are also sending our request to the government of Burundi.
Nk'igihugu cyari gicumbikiye abantu cabahaye ubuhungiro.
As a country that hosted refugees.
Bafite ubushobozi bwo kubarinda kimwe n'abandi baturage bose babahungiyeho kandi babanyantege nke.
They had the power to protect these people who had fled to them.
Ubundi mu mategeko ya Nations Unies iyo umuntu yahunze biba bivuga ngo yamanitse amaboko.
Normally when a refugee comes to you, that person needs to be protected, has given up everything.
Abari umunyantege nkeya ukwije ibyangombwa.
This person needs protection.
Ababona ko nta bundi buryo afite bwo kwinyamambura.
There is no other way for him to do anything.
Akishira mu maboko yawe.
And then this person gives himself to you as a government.
Kugira ngo umugenze uko ugomba kugenzereza abandi banyantege nkeya.
So that you can protect him or her as you do for different other poor people.
Ariko igitangaza nuko twebwe abacu babahungiyeho.
But what surprise is that us who fled to them,
aho kugira ngo babakingire babarinde,
instead of protecting us,
bakabahana bakabica.
they actually allowed all the killers to come in and kill us.
Rero turasaba leta y'u Burundi.
We request that the government of Burundi
kugira ngo itange ibimenyetso se cyangwa itange abantu bakora iperereza ryigenga kugira ngo hamenyekane ububwicanya babukoze,
so that they allow inspections to happen so we get to know what happened,
kugira ngo ubutabera buzagere kuri aba bantu n'imiryango yabo,
in the way of claiming justice for these people and their families.
Kandi hariho ababyiyemereye n'ubu bari mu butegetsi.
And there are already some people who have accepted it.
Babivuze babyigamba.
And they have said it loud that they
babivuga ku maradiyo mpuzamahanga.
They said it on international news media.
Bavuga ko ari bo babishe.
They say they did what they did, they killed them.
Ariko kibabaje nuko abo bantu bari muri leta kandi bidegemza bafite amahoro.
But the sad side is that these people are leaders in the country and they are peace.
Bakagombye gushakirwaho iperereza ryibanze kubatangiriraho.
This inspection should start by these leaders.
Akugeza babonye neza uwabikoze akabihanirwa.
Until we find the people who did this and get punished about it.
Batabikoze gutyo baba batwereka ko bafatikanije nabo kubikora.
If they don't do it, then it's a sign they participated in this.
Ubusabe bwacu kandi buraja kuri UN cyangwa Nations Unies.
The third request goes to the United Nations.
Yari ifite aba bantu mu nshingano zayo nk'impunzi.
The United Nations had these refugees in their hands.
Nkuko twabivuze bari abanyantege nke pe.
As we said, these people didn't have any power, anything.
Bari bakwiriye gukingirwa nk'abandi bose.
They were supposed to be protected every other person.
kandi turahamya neza nasiyo zini ubwo hari hari agence ya Burundi Onib, thank you. Hari Onib ndagira ngo.
Yeah, that time Onib was in control.
Kandi baba bafite ubushobozi bwose bwo kumenya makuru ari mu karere.
And they had all the means to know all that was happening.
Ariko baracecetse kugeza uyu munsi.
But they kept it silent until today.
Rero turabasaba kuko bahereza ubutabera ubwoko bw'abanyamurenge n'imiryango yapfushije babo.
So we ask the United Nations to give us justice and give justice to our families.
Ariko kandi ubusabe bwacu buraje no mu bihugu bituranye.
And our request goes to the neighboring countries.
Akarere muri rusange.
The whole region in general.
Kuko bagira uburyo ibihugu bikoranamo.
Because there are different ways countries work together.
Kandi bagira uburyo barindana ndetse bashobora no kurindanira n'abaturage babo.
Countries have a way of protecting the citizens of each country.
Turasaba ko akarere ibihugu bya region ya Grand Lac.
We request that all the Great Lake region
ndetse na East Africa yaragutse
and East Africa
ko muzukuri badufasha kugira ngo turonke ubutabera bwa bantu bacu bapfuye.
So they can help us get justice for our people.
Ndagira ngo ntiducike intege abanyamurenge namwe batutsi muri hano n'inshuti zacu.
Abanyamurenge and Batutsi and friends, don't give up.
Duhagarare dushikamye.
Stay strong.
Dukomeze tubyibuke tunabisaba.
Continue to remember and continue to ask.
Iki ni muri bimwe bidukwiriye.
This is one of the reason we're here.
Kugira ngo tubishakishe kandi tuzabigereho.
So that we can continue to fight for this and we get there.
Nitutabigeraho twebwe ubwacu.
If we don't get there ourselves,
tuzosiga abana bacu bazabigereho.
Our children need to continue the fight.
Kugira ngo bazabigereho rero.
So that if we want them to get there,
cyangwa kugira ngo twebwe tuzabigereho,
or if we want us to get there ourselves,
nuko tubigisha.
We need to teach them.
Nuko tubatoza.
We need to train them.
Nuko tubabwira amateka.
We need to speak to them our history.
Tukababwira abo turibo.
They need to know who we are.
Tukababwira abo duturanye baribo.
They need to know our neighbors.
Tukababwira akarere dukomoka kariko.
They need to know the region where we came from.
Tukababwira nibyo twifuza ko bikobisho dushaka ko bizaba.
They need to know our objectives and where we're heading.
Turasaba ko dukomeza ubumwe.
We need to stay strong and united.
Turasaba ko turushaho gufatana mu nda.
We need really to hold each other.
Umwanzi iteka ryose yashaka gutegeka abantu.
The enemy, when he wants to take over and control people,
azabacamo ibice.
Tries to divide them.
Kandi yabaciyemo ibice arabashobora byoroshye.
And when he divides them, then he's successful.
Ariko turasaba ngo twegerane.
But we ask that we get united.
Kwegerana so kubana mu muhana ariko twegerane mu bitekerezo.
United not only neighboring but also in thoughts.
Twegerane mu bikorwa.
In deeds.
Twegerane dufashanye nkuko bikwiriye.
In actions, actually, we should be together.
Muri ibi kugira ngo tuzanabigereho kandi.
And to be successful in this,
cyane cyane twe baje muri ibi bihugu,
especially us who came in these countries,
dufite devoir zigera nko kuri 3 cyangwa 4.
We have homeworks, 3 or 4 homeworks.
Dufite imiryango ababihifite.
We have families, those who do have them.
Dufite n'abasore batarashaka.
We have young adult youth.
Ariko ndagira ngo mbasabe ko nk'abafite imiryango, donc abana, abadamu, abagabo, abafite imiryango muri rusange.
And I want to ask those who do have families.
Ko twigisha abana bacu values.
That we teach our children values.
Agaciro kacu.
Values, or our values.
Imico yacu.
Our culture.
Bamenya abo bari.
They need to know who they are.
Bamenye ico bakwiriye.
They need to know what their destiny is.
Ibi ni ibihugu bifite ama opportunities.
These countries are countries of opportunities.
Mu buryo bugoroshe cyane kugera kuco ushaka kugeraho ubaye bishoboye.
You can reach anything you can dream about.
Cyangwa ubaye uteguye abana.
And if you prepare your kids.
Ariko kandi birimo n'ibishuko byinshi binyereza abantu mu buryo bumwe cyangwa ubundi.
There are also too many different ways that deviate these young kids.
Mu buryo ababyeyi tutabaye maso abana baduca mu myanya y'intoki.
To the point that if we not awaken, our children can leave us easily.
Muri birimwe dusabwa kugira ngo ibyo bintu tuzabishobore.
In some of the things we are asked to reach to this goal.
Igihe tugize ibiterane nk'ibi byaba ibyishimo cyangwa iby'umubabaro.
In times of gathering like these, being sad moments or joyful moments,
tuzatuzana abana bacu babyumve babimenye.
please bring your kids so that they get to see.
Ni tutabibigisha YouTube na social media zabigisha.
And if we don't do it, YouTube and different other social medias we teach them.
Ubundi kandi ndasaba ko turushaho gushira abana bacu mu mashuri.
And I ask that we continue to put our kids in schools.
Hari umwana umwe numvise avuga umuvugo aravuga ngo tuyige kandi tuyige yose.
And I heard one child talking about presenting a poem.
Ndiyavuga ko twayiga yose ntabwo twayamara ariko nanone kandi ashoboka yigwe.
Amashuri. Okay, so in the poem he was saying that we should go to school and try to study all of it.
Turasaba ko ababyeyi mushira abana amashuri kabisa.
We ask that you put your kids in
kandi
school
dutangire
seriously.
tubatoze bakiri batoya ko ibyo ari iby'ingenzi.
And train them while they are young and tell them it's really important.
Nituzoza tunabasohokana hanze twabona abantu tubona batameze neza twabwira ati nimba udashaka kumera nk'uriya cyangwa nk'abariya nabo bari abana bigeze kuba muri iki cyiciro cyanyu nuko wakora ibi n'ibi uzaba ugiye kuva mu buzima nk'aburiya.
And when you take them out and they see the world with people or homeless people, tell them that if you don't need to look like them, there is different ways you can work on it.
Tubashire mu careers zose zishoboka.
Put them in different careers.
Bikurikiranye n'ibyo bashaka cyangwa bashoboye.
Related to what they are able to and capable of doing.
Kandi babimenye neza.
And they need to know it better.
Aho ngaho niho tuzoba dushoboye kugera kuri ibi dushaka.
In that way, then we may even hope to reach to the destination.
Aha ngaha nitwabikora gutya tuzaba duhaye umwanzi wacu igisubizo cyiza.
If we do that, then our enemies will be fading.
Bashatse ko dushira.
They wished we were decimated.
Ariko tuzoba tubayeho.
But we will survive.
Turwanya karengane.
Let's fight against injustice.
Aho katuruka hari hose.
From any corner.
Tiduheranwe n'agahinda.
Let's not be kept in darkness, in sadness of our history.
Ahubwo duhaguruke twishakemo ibisubizo.
Let's all stand up and find solutions for our problems. And we are capable. We are capable. We have young people with us. We have all women and men here. We have all friends
rwose
here and there.
tuzabishobora.
Yes, we can.
Dutanga ihumure.
Let's bring peace.
Turatanga ihumure ku bwoko bw'abanyamurenge n'abatutsi muri rusange.
Let's hope peace for Wanyamurenge and Tutsis in general.
Nubwo ibibazo bingana gutya byatubayeho.
Even if the problems are as they appeared to us.
Nubwo twapfushije abantu bangana gutya n'abandi bagikomeje gupfa.
Even if we lost a lot of people and a lot of are still going today.
Twabwirijwe ijambo ryiza ry'ihumure.
We heard about the good news from the preacher.
Yuko hari ubwo Kristo azategeka.
That there is a time Christ will rule.
Agaca intambara.
And then he will stop all the wars.
Ariko ntituvuga ngo dutegereze icyo gihe.
But we are not to wait until then.
Ahubwo dutangira ubunyine.
We should start now.
Tubikorere.
We need to work on it now.
Dukorere hamwe.
We need to be united in working on that.
Twigisha abana.
We teach our kids.
Tubatoza imico yacu.
They need to be trained in our culture.
Tuzabigeraho.
Then we can get there.
Kristo naza kuza gutegeka isi.
And when Christ will come to rule the world,
azasange hari ibyo naco twe twagize.
then he will find us that in a way of working on that.
Azasange hari aho twagejeje isi kwiheza amahoro.
Should find us at a certain point trying to work towards peace.
Turabashimiye.
We thank you all.
Ababashe kwitaba bose.
For you all who came.
Kugira ngo tubashe gufatanya kwibuka bagenzi bacu biciwe Mugatumba n'abaguye muri ibice byose twavuze.
So that we can commemorate and remember all our family friends who died in Gatumba and different other areas.
Imana idakiranirwa ibaheze umugisha.
May the Almighty God bless you all.
Murakoze.
Thank you.
Pastor karibu.
Let's give him some time. Pastor, welcome.
Araza gutanga ubuhamya, araza kuvuga igifaransa n'icyongereza.
He's going to give us the testimony. He'll speak in French
Nitugera
and
mu
English.
gifaransa bwo umuvandimwe araza kudufasha ko basore bacu igifaransa ntacyo bazi.
If we go into French, our colleague is going to help us because most of us don't understand French.
Uyu ni umunsi udasanzwe.
This is an unforgettable day.
Ni umunsi uremereye cyane.
It's a day that is heavy for us.
Sinari nzi ko ndi bugire emotion zimeze gutya.
I didn't know that I'll be so much emotional like this.
Ariko nibutse.
But I remember.
Nabyo ko ari ngombwa ko tubikora.
It's necessary to do it.
Amazina yanjye banita Musore gapingi patient.
By my names, as I mentioned.
Ndi umuturage wa hano.
I am a citizen of here.
Ariko kandi dufite naho tuva.
But we have also a background.
Reka mvuga amakuru.
Let me talk the news.
Ndavuga amakuru ajyanye n'abantu bacu bapfuye abakozi ba Ebenezer.
I will say things that are related to our people.
Bibiri itariki zine z'ukwezi kwa 10 2011. Itariki zine z'ukwezi kwa 10 2011.
The 4th of October 2011.
Twari muri mission y'akazi.
We were in the mission of work.
Twakoreraga NGO organization.
We were working for NGO's organization.
Twakoreraga Uvira no muri ho plateau mu misozi miremire.
We were working in Uvira and home mountains.
Twavuye Uvira bisanzwe tugiye mu kazi wari umunsi wa kabiri.
We came from Uvira. It was a Tuesday as a normal day.
Twari abantu 14 mu modoka.
We were 14 people in the vehicle.
Abanyamurenge twari abantu 10.
Banyamulenge, we were 10 people.
Andi moko harimo abashi abarega.
Other tribes were Bashi and Balega.
N'abafurero bari
and
bane.
Bafurero, they were 4.
Turahaguruka bisanzwe mu kazi.
We stood up normally to go to work.
Turagenda twavuye Uvira ku mugoroba nko masaa 8.
We went we depart from Uvira. It was around 2 p.m.
Tugera Baraka abahazi.
We went to Baraka for those who know there.
Ubwo twari tugiye mu kazi mu Minembwe iwacu.
We are going for work purposes in Minembwe.
Tugeze Baraka.
Reaching Baraka,
batubwira ko hatameze neza.
they told us it's not safe.
twari tuvuze ngo reka twicare dufungure gato tubone
We
gukomeza.
were saying, let's sit down so that we can have a break or eat and then we can keep going.
Abantu baravuga ati hameze nabi dukomeze tugende.
People were saying it's not safe, let's keep going.
Tugeze imbere hari hariho agasiti gatoya
Reaching in front a little bit was a small city
kujya abantu bambukiranya imihanda imodoka ritangira kugenda gahoro gahoro.
where people are trying to cross over the roads. People are going slower.
Twumva batangiye kuvugana ubwabo bonyine ababembe bari aho ngo batangiye kuvugana.
We started now hearing other people, the Babembe people now they started communicating.
Hari ijambo bakunda gukoresha twe turarizi.
There is a word they normally use for us to understand the word.
Riri mu kibembe rivuga ngo balemo.
It's a word in Kibembe saying balemo.
Ni ukuvuga ngo barimwo.
It says they are inside.
Iyo bavugaga ngo barimwo,
When they say that they are here,
bavugaga ngo abanyarwanda bari mu modoka.
they are saying that the Banyarwanda are in the vehicle.
Iyo bakoreshaga iryo jambo ngo balemo,
When they say that they're inside,
ni ukuvugaga umutekano muke uba wazamutse cyane.
it's saying that it's not safe.
Imibiri yacu yatangiye kwihinda.
Our bodies started shaking.
Turavuga ngo ese iri jambo rivuga ibiki ubu nyine?
We said, what's this word meaning?
Ako turavuga ati ubu ni ubuzima bwabo reka dukomeze.
This is their life. Let's keep going.
Turagenda,
We kept going.
twambuka Mutambara,
We crossed Mutambara.
turagenda tugera ahantu hitwa ngo ni Malinde,
We reached in the place called Malinde
turagenda tugera aho baturasiye aho batwiciye.
and went until where they shot the people.
Hari ku birometero 12 na territoire ifizi.
It was around 12 kilometers to territory Fizi.
Ico gihe hari saa 11 n'igice.
It was 5:30 p.m.
Muri uwo muhana tuhageze
In that village, after arriving,
twahabonye barriere
we found there a border
y'abasirikare
of the army or the military people.
bari bambaye uniform.
They were dressed in military
Ariko
uniform.
mu mateka kuko twahanyuraga kenshi abo basirikare ntabahabaga.
But in history, that army was never there.
Turibaza ngo ese bari abantu noneho bari hariya bimeze gute?
We asked ourselves, what's the problem? Why are those people there?
Dutangira kugenda gahoro gahoro tugura chauffeur tugenda gahoro gahoro tugenzure bari abantu
We
bari
started
banze.
asking the driver to slow down so that we can understand the environment.
Kujya twitegereza bahita bahaguruka turasamwa amasasu nk'atatu cyangwa ane.
As we are seeing, they started shooting gunfire.
Tubwira chauffeur iti bari yani mayi hindukiza imodoka dusubire
We
baraka.
asked the driver, that's the rebel named Mai, turn the vehicle, let's go back.
Turahindukira yari umushoferi uhamenyereye cyane yitwa Musore.
He was a driver named Musore. He was used to that environment.
Ibarabara kaburimbo nimba ari kaburimbo ntayihaba ibarabara yararimenyereye cyane.
It was a road that he was used to.
Naho bajya barashe kugira ngo bakangura babo baduteze yambushe tubinjiremo.
Those people were shooting to inform people who had ambushed us.
Twarahindukiye ngo dufate umuhanda twerekera Baraka.
We turned to get the road heading to Baraka.
Twamenye uko byagenze.
We did not understand how everything escalated.
Barasa imbunda zose zibaho.
They shot every kind of the guns.
Umuntu barashe wa mbere uhanya twagize bahita barasa chauffeur mu mutwe
The
birarangira.
first person they shot was the driver in the head.
Imodoka iratemba ijya ku ruhande.
The vehicle had to lose control and then it had to go in the bush.
Baraza bararasa imodoka irarangira.
They came, they shot the vehicle until it was dismantled down.
Ijambo nza nibuka bavuze
The word I remember that they were saying,
baravuze ngo umuntu wese ufite telefone muri mwebwe ngo ayitibure
they
hasi.
were saying, whoever has the phone with you, put it down.
Amaraso yabaye inshuzi mu modoka kujya ko mu bikurizo bakurizinga.
The blood was over the vehicle like they were spraying to cows.
Wari uyoboye mission,
The person who was leading the mission,
wari utuyoboye mu kazi
the one who was leading the mission as to go to work,
yitwa Eraste Rwatangabo
he
capitaine.
was named Elaso, the captain.
Nabo baramurasa.
They also shot him.
Aravuga ati dutangire tutunganye ubugingo bwacu
He
twapfa.
said, let's save our lives.
Nuko barasa abantu barapfa.
The short people died that day.
Muri uwo mwanya ariko nta wabashe kuva mu mwuka.
During that time, no one survived.
Baraje batugeraho.
They came and checked us.
Mfite raporo ya Human Rights Watch.
I have a report of Human Rights Watch.
Yavuze ko barabagizi banabi cyangwa se abajenesi
It
80.
stated there were 80 enemies.
Bari bayobowe na Yakutumba muri Yakutumba.
They were led by Yakutumba.
muza munemerera tuvuge umuntu mu izina ryiwe.
Allow me to mention someone in their names.
Cyo kimwe na ba Gatorwasa.
It's the same as Katorwasa.
Cyo kimwe na ba pasteri wita pasteri.
It's the same as you can announce yourself as a pastor.
Biyemereye ko aribo bishe abantu mu Gatumba.
Who agreed and they said they killed the people in Gatumba.
Urumva abantu 80 barwanya umuntu udafite icyo yakwiyamisha icyo yagwanisha.
80 people fighting people that don't have any weapon to fight them back.
Baraje barareba babona ibintu babirangije.
They came and they concluded that we are done.
Bakuyemo bakinguye umuryango w'inyuma w'imodoka.
They opened the back door of the trunk.
Babanza gukuramo bene wabo bane twakoranaga ariko batari afite ikibazo babakuramo abanyamahanga bane.
And then they removed the 4 people that were not of one of us so that they can take them aside.
Barababwiye.
They told them,
reka mvuge iryo jambo mu gifaransa bandi bavuze ariko ndaza
let me say the word in French but I'll also explain so I can
babwiye
understand.
bajya abantu bane twari kumwe mu kazi.
They told the 4 people that were together.
Barababwira ngo allez-vous-en en paix.
They told them,
arababwira ngo nimugende amahoro.
you go peacefully.
Ubundi mukorana n'abanyarwanda gute?
How do you work with the Rwandese?
Mujana nabo mu modoka gute?
How do you go with them in the vehicle?
Ubu mwari mupfuye muziriki.
You were going to die for what?
Ibyo bariko bivuga tuhature.
They say that in our eyes.
Barababwira ngo nimugende munyure hariya
They
mudapfa.
told them, go there or pass through this way so that you may not die.
Aho kuri iyo modoka
At that vehicle,
baraje bakuramo bajya abantu 7 bapfuye.
they took the 7 people that died.
Babakura modoka barambika ku muhanda.
They took them and then they had to leave them on the road.
Bafata abandi 7 b'abanyamurenge babaye nk'abazima.
And then they took the 7 people of Banyamulenge who were alive.
Ariko bose bari bakomeretse bose naje nakomeretse
But they were
keya.
all injured. Also, I was among the people that were injured.
Baradufata batujana mu ishamba.
They took us to the forest.
Batujanye mu ishamba batugabuye mu ice bibiri.
Taking us to the forest, we were divided in 2 groups.
Bafashe abantu babiri nje nundi mu mama w'umukecuru.
They took 2 people, me and another grandmother.
Yitwa Rahab.
She's name is Rahab.
Yari umukecuru kuze cyane.
She was an old grandma.
Baradutwaye mu ishamba.
They took us in the forest.
Baravuga ngo bagiye kutuvura ngo bagiye kuduha counseling.
They said they're going to give us counseling and they're going to treat us.
Ngira uwo mukecuru ndamwe ngo barabeshya.
I told the old lady they're lying.
Twapfuye.
We are dead.
Kigeraho mu ishamba nahindukiranya bari bagiye kutwica.
Reaching in the forest, I turned to the people who are going to kill us.
Ndababwira ngo ese mutujanye.
I asked them, where are you taking us?
Barambwira ngo funga kinywa.
They told me to shut up.
Iryo jambo
That word,
na papa ntigeze kurimbwira yaramzaye.
my dad never told me that word and he's the one who gave birth to me.
Ariko umwana w'umubembe.
But a son of a Mubembe,
Umwana utambaye ikirato.
who is walking barefoot,
Umwana utambaye umwenda.
a son who doesn't have clothes on them.
Shuti zanje muri hano.
My friends who are here,
Mureke duhaguruke tugwanye ikibi.
let's stand and fight the evil.
Hari ababembe beza.
There are some great Babembe.
Hari abapfurero n'abashina barega beza.
There are other tribes, Balega, Bashi, that are so nice.
Ariko umuntu wese uhaguruka ufite ingengabitekerezo mureke tuyirandurana imizi.
But whoever stands up with the negative ideology to kill people, let's fight that person.
Umuntu yakagombye gukomereka.
People are supposed to get injured,
Ariko bizabikomere bigakira.
but let the wounds heal.
Ako buri munsi zora
But
dukomereka.
every day we are always injured. Every day.
Why?
Kuberiki.
Umututsi niki yakoze kwisi?
What did the Tutsi do to the world?
Umunyamurenge nikazira.
What is the Munyamulenge dying for?
Abo babembe n'abapfurero batwicaga twabubakiye amashuri tubazanira amazi bwa keza arabici.
The Babembe and the Bafulero that were killing us, we built schools for them and brought water for them.
Abana babo tukabazana ku mashuri batishura tukishura abarimu tukabahemba tukabahereza ibitabo bakiga ku.
We educated their kids and they were taking education for free.
Tukabazanira amazi kugira ngo bagire ubuzima bwiza.
We brought them water so they can have safer life.
Ariko bakabirengaho bakatwica.
But they crossed that and they killed us.
Umuyobozi yabivuze.
The leader mentioned it.
bamaze kumbwira ngo funga kinywa
After telling me that, shut up,
nabwiye umutima warambwiye
my heart told me,
umutima warambwiye
my heart told me,
ngo urapfuye.
you're dead.
Bahise bafata uwo mukecuru aho baramurasa.
Immediately they shot the old lady.
Umukecuru ungana nka banyirakuru nka banyina.
An old lady who was supposed to be their mother or even their
Wenda
grandmother.
byibuze nkanje babonaga ndi umusore bo nica ariko nk'uwo mukecuru yarashaje.
Probably I was young, they would kill me. But the old lady was too old.
Baramurasa aho ngaho aho
They
ngaho.
shot him. They shot her rather.
Kubwa amahirwe yaje kubaho.
But by chance, by God's grace, she survived.
Njewe umutima urambwira ngo iruke bakurase bareke kugutema n'imipanga ariko
But my
wiruke.
heart told me, run instead of dying when you are just seated.
Barandasa
They shot.
nari nambaye t-shirt
I had on a t-shirt.
barayirasira shira.
They shot the t-shirt and it was all in two pieces.
Nari nambaye training
I had my sweater pants on.
barayirasira shira.
They shot everything in two pieces.
ngera hamwe batase umundi ko ndahunga ikinaritse bagakora icyo
I
bashaka.
reached at the extent I asked myself, why am I running? Why I'm already dead?
Umutima urambwira ati komeza gahoro
But the
gahoro
heart told me,
ushobora kubaho.
keep running, you may survive.
Ndagenda ndara mu ishyamba
I ran and slept into the forest.
mu gitondo buraca
The morning, I was alive.
nta telefone
No phone,
nta muntu tuvugana
no one to talk to.
sinzi aho njya
I don't know where to go.
sinsubira iyo mvuye
I can't go back where I'm from.
ndara ahantu mu kirere ntazi.
I slept in the environment that I don't understand.
Mu gitondo cya gatatu
Early in the morning of Wednesday,
ku itariki zitanu
on the 5th,
ndavuga ati reka ngende kuri teritwari Fizi.
I told myself, let me go to Fiz, which is a territory.
Ndagenda ngerayo
I went and reached there.
hari umugabo witwa wari ukuriye organization yitwa ngo ni Sedi
There was a man, head of the department called Sedi.
kandi ni umubembe
He was a Mubembe too.
yitwa ngo ni Remingabo.
His name is Remingabo.
Twarakundaga twakoranaga muri organization imwe.
We used to work together in the same department.
Aramfasha
He helped me.
arampisha
He hid me.
ariko umunsi kandi arabwira ati turara Fizi kuko bamenya amakuru mu kanya baraza kukwica.
But he told me that you are not sleeping here in Fiz. They already know the news. You have to leave.
Arampisha mu cyumba ciwe
He hid me in his room.
akomeza kubaza amakuru hanze.
He kept asking the news outside.
Mu kanya gato arambwira ati tugende.
In a few moments, he told me, let's go.
Haje kuza Colonel Fem Mukarayi.
Then he came a colonel named Mukalai.
Ni mwene wacu umusirikare arazaza kundeba.
He's a military guy. He came to check on me.
Ariko mu kanya arampangura dusubira Baraka turagenda.
But then he told me to leave and go to Baraka.
Bajya mu Nyamurenge nabo bajanye mu ishamba ku ruhande
The
rwanje.
other group they took away from me.
Ibo barabarashe bose.
They showed them.
Hari umugabo witwa Pastor Ngeremo.
There was a guy named the Pastor Ngeremo.
Hari harose buko shoferi wacu yitwaga ngo ni Gitandu.
There was a father-in-law of the driver.
Hariho umudamu witwa ngo ni Nyabisage.
There was a lady named Nyagisage.
Abo barabarashe barabikira ngo.
They killed them and they were dead.
Hanyuma abandi bagabo twakoranaga bose
Other
babikira ku
men that
modoka.
we used to work with,
Bahise babikira ku modoka.
they killed them in the vehicle.
Ndaza kubahereza aba nibo bantu twari tukumwe.
These are the peoples. You can see the pictures. Those are the peoples that I was with.
Bari abantu bazabica nabi.
Those people kill so badly.
Uwo kwica kurasa bikarangira.
If someone is killing you and they shoot you and it's done,
Umuntu kukugaburira mu gitondo nimugoroba ukamwica.
someone, you feed someone in the morning and the evening they kill you.
Hari umugani bazavuga mu Kinyamurenge
There is a proverb in our language.
ngo uzukomereza umusazi umuriro
You light fire for the mad person
ngo akakuvundurira amaso.
and then they open their eyes for you.
Bari abene wacu tubana hariya tubagirira neza tukabakamira inka bakanywa.
The people that we are living with who are doing that, we milk for them and give them milk so that they can drink.
Abana babo tukabondora bagwaye bwaki tukabafasha.
Their kids are suffering from scurvy and other diseases, but we give them medicine.
Ariko bagacura umugambi ku gitondo na nimugoroba kutwica.
But they are deciding to kill us.
Imana izabaha umutima w'abantu.
God should give them the heart of human beings.
Umuntu azayibaza ngo ese Imana yaremye umuntu yongerera mu ndi muntu nyamaswa.
Someone asked themselves, did God create a human being? And then again, people are having the hearts of monsters.
hari abantu imana yaremye bafite umutima w'impyisi, umutima w'inyamaswa,
Did God create some people with the heart of monsters?
badafite conscience, badafite gutekereza.
That they don't have any thinking or any remorse.
Ni ukuvuga ko uwo munsi bica abakozi bacu twakoranaga barindwi.
That day they killed our co-workers, 7 of them.
Ngana ku musozo,
Reaching on the climax or in conclusion,
tituzapfira gushira.
we are not going to die to end.
Bacura umugambi mu gitondo na nimugoroba,
Let
tituzapfira
them
gushira.
plan evening, morning, but we are not dying to end.
Imfubyi zasigaye uwo munsi ubu ni abagabo ko barakimanza.
Orphans that were left that time, this time they are old men out there. Some of them even they are into these things. They are announcing
Abapfakazi
it.
basigaye ubu ngubu ko bariyubaka umunsi ku wundi.
The widows that were left, they are rebuilding themselves now.
Ndashima Imana ko yakomeje kuturinda kugira ngo tubeho.
I thank God who protected us to survive.
Ubwicanyi bwabaye uwo munsi,
The killing that happened that day
nibwo buhabuba uyu munsi, nibwo bukomeje,
is the same killing that is happening and still going on.
nibwo bwabaye mu Gatumba.
And it's the same killing that happened in Mugatumba.
Abantu bapfuye mu Gatumba muraza kubona liste ni abantu 166.
People who died in Mugatumba were 162 people.
Usibye abana batoya, abandi bantu bose bakuru bose ndabazi bose.
Apart from the young kids, but other old people that died, I know
Kuko
them.
zabaye niga mu Burundi.
Because that happened when I was in Burundi for education
Umunsi nambuka
purposes.
nja Uvira ngiye muri vacances niwo munsi barasa mu
The
Gatumba.
day I crossed going to Uvira for vacation, that's when I had the news that people are killed.
Kugira ngo nongere kuco president yavuze
Add
Claude,
on what the leaders told us,
bubaka amashitingi mu Gatumba,
when they were building the tents in Gatumba,
murebe ukuntu umugambi wacuzwe.
you see how it was planned.
Barage bafata amashitingi atuyemwe abanyamurenge,
They took the tents that were camped with Banyamulenge,
bahereza ibara ry'ubururu.
they gave it a different color, which was blue.
Baragenda bafata abandi banyamahanga bose,
And then they took other people,
babakubakira shitingi y'ibara ry'icyatsi
and
kibisi,
then they gave them the tents that were green.
kugira ngo umwanzi bwa mbere niyinjira
So that when the enemy comes,
amenye aho abanyamurenge batuye,
he's going to know the target.
amenye n'aho abandi bene wabo
They
batuye.
can know even where their people are.
Ni ibintu bitakozwe, abantu ntibapfuye umunsi, bapfuye kera.
People were dead. The only remaining thing was to go shoot them and kill them.
Ariko igitangaje nuko kugeza uyu munsi tutarabona ubutabera.
But surprisingly, we are still facing injustice till now.
Ikibabaje nuko kugeza uyu munsi nta muntu ureba izo bintu ngo abivuge.
Surprisingly, people are saying that, but no one is confident to say that.
Ubivuga ni wa wundi wapfushije,
The person who is confident to say that is the one who lost
ni wa wundi
someone.
ufite ibikomeri,
Is the person who is wounded.
ni ya mfubyi,
Is the orphan.
ni wa mupfakazi,
Is the widow.
ni wa munyamurenge uhawugirirwa nabi,
Is the Munyamulenge who is facing
ni wa
problems.
mutusi uhigwa ku manywa na
Is the
nijoro.
Tutsi who is being hunted day and night.
Ariko amahanga aracecetse.
But the nations are silent.
Ariko aya majwi tuba tuvugira aha bayumve.
But the voice says that we are speaking now, let them hear.
Isengesho Pastor David yasenge aha ngaha
The prayer
ryumvikane.
that Pastor David prayed here, it should be heard.
Ijambo yavugiye aha ngaha ryumvikane
The
rikore ku
word that
mitima
he
y'abantu.
preached here should be heard and people should take it in their hearts.
Turasaba ubutabera.
We ask for justice.
Turasaba ubutabera.
We ask for justice.
Uwo munsi sinzawibagirwa mu
I'll
mateka.
never forget that in my life.
Akanyuma ngiye kuvuga.
Lastly,
Muri uwo mwaka
in that year,
bamfashe inshuro 4 kuza kunica.
they caught me 4 times at the end of killing me.
Bakaza bakadukura mu modoka.
They used to come and take us from the vehicle.
Igihe bagiye kutwinjiza mu ishyamba bagiye kutwica,
At the time taking us in the forest,
hakaza nka organization y'abazungu ya OCHA
then
ikadukiza.
the organization of the white people would come and then take us.
Bakaza bakaba ngo nituve mu modoka ngo ibo ngo bayigendemo ngo twe tugende
They would
n'amaguru.
come and separate us and tell us, leave the vehicle, we are going to take it.
Ukibaza ibyo
Ask
bitekerezo bimeze.
yourself, what's with that mindset?
Twarabayikije bakadufunga iminsi 7 muri biro de Uvira, nta muntu uvuga.
We used to be prison silently for 7 days, no one saying anything.
Bagutortira bagukorera ikibi cyose nawe
They could
utekereza.
torture you anything bad you could think of.
Kandi muri kumwe n'abandi ukabona izuba kugira ikibazo.
You are
Jewe
with other
ndazirika.
people, but you ask yourself, why me?
Ariko tuzakomeza tubarute.
But we are going to keep and we are going to keep doing it and they'll see.
Tuzakomeza tubarute.
We are going to still hate them.
Kandi tuzakomeza tubagirire
We are
neza.
going to do good to them.
Niba nasaba n'imbabazi
Even though they
tuzababarira.
ask mercy, we are going to forgive them.
Tuzakomeza tubarute.
We are going to be more than them.
reka nsoreze ku busabe cyangwa recommandation.
Let me end on the recommendation.
Nizo zanditse mu Gifaransa nari navuze.
It's wrote in French.
Sinzi nimba umuhungu wacu hano bishobora cyangwa nimba Regis azaka
Regis would help us to translate in English from French. Fite recommandation hazine gusa zari nisha ariko reka mvuge zine.
I have 4 recommendations.
Harizo umuyobozi yavuze.
There are those our leader spoke about.
Ariko naje mfite icyo mbwira amahanga cyangwa ibihugu byacu.
But I have also some to say to our people and different other countries.
Reka mvuge ngo que le gouvernement congolais
Leta ya Congo
arrête et juge
ihagarika kandi gaca imanza
dans les meilleurs délais
mu gihe cyihuse
Monsieur
Yakutumba
qui sème la terreur dans le territoire de Fizi.
utera ubwoba mu karere ka Fizi.
Que le gouvernement congolais
Leta ya Congo
indemnise les familles
iha indishyi y'akababaro imiryango
des victimes de manière effective
imiryango yazize ako karengane
pour leur permettre la continuité de la vie.
kugira ngo bashobore nabo gukomeza kubaho.
Que le gouvernement congolais
Leta ya Congo
et la communauté internationale
n'amahanga yose
prennent des mesures
bafata ingingo
de protection particulière
kugira ngo barinde
de la minorité banyamulenge
barinde abanyamurenge
en proie aux menaces d'extermination
bakomeje guhohoterwa no kuzira akarengane
dans la sous-région.
mu karere kose.
Que la société civile
Ko société civile
et les organisations non gouvernementales
n'amashyirahamwe adashingiye kuri leta
des droits de l'homme
y'akazina muntu
luttent contre l'impunité
bahangayikishwa no gushyiraho ubucamanza
qui perpètre les conflits à caractère tribal
bikomeje gushimangira ubwumvikane buke mu bantu.
Reka ngarukira aho ngaho.
I want to stop there.
Dukeneye ubutabera.
We need justice.
Umuntu wese ugegwaho n'aya makuru.
Anyone who has this news needs justice.
Ahaguruke.
Needs to step up.
Ijwi ryawe rirakenewe.
Your voice is needed.
Ijwi ryanje rirakenewe.
My voice is needed.
Ijwi ryacu twese rirakenewe.
Our voices are needed.
Imana iduhe kwihangana.
May God protect us.
Imana iduhe umutima w'imbabazi.
May God give us a heart.
Kandi Imana ihagarike ubwicanyi buhabukorerwa umunyamurenge.
May God stop the killings that Banyamurenge face.
Dutwaye umwanya ariko mutubabarire.
We took a long time, but give us grace.
Imana ibahe umugisha.
May God bless you.
Murakoze.
Keep asking.
Reka sabe abantu bafite gusoma amazina bose batambuke hano.
Let me ask people who are intended to read the names to come forward.
Mwihute kuko amasaha dufite.
Hurry up, we are out of time.
Tugeze mu mwanya wo gusoma amazina.
We are going to read the names
y'abantu bose baguye mu Gatumba.
of people who died in Gatumba.
Turabasoma mwihangane.
Be patient, we are going to read their
kugira ngo
names
mwumve amazina yabo.
so that you can listen to their names.
Njyewe n'abagenzi banje tugiye kubagezaho amazina y'abacu bicaye mu Gatumba bazize uko bari. Turibuka famiye Minyati, Faustin Minyati, Kadafi Minyati, Merewe neza Minyati, Yanome Minyati. Njyewe n'abagenzi banje tugiye kubagezaho amazina y'abacu bicaye mu Gatumba bazize uko bari. Turibuka famiye Minyati, Faustin Minyati, Kadafi Minyati, Merewe neza Minyati, Nyanome Minyati, famiye Rutekereza, Jacques Rutekereza, Mushambaro Rutekereza, Igira neza Rutekereza, Nyamasoso Rutekereza, Ndatabaye Rutekereza, Nyazahabu Rutekereza, tuzahora tubibuka.
Nyamuryango Rutekereza, famiye Gasosi, Gasosi Eraste Byambu, Perusi Gasosi, Nyahumure Gasosi, Bahoza Gasosi, Debora Gasosi. Famiye Nyamusore, Nyamusore Karaha, Debora Nyamusore, Ntarutwa Nyamusore, Kayonga Nyamusore.
Ngezari Nyamusore, Bebe Nyamusore, Famille Rukamirwa, Oze Rukamirwa, Marisiyana Rukamirwa, Bisetsa Rukamirwa.
Emegatoni, Muryango Muhimuzi, Elias Muhimuzi, Munoni Muhimuzi, Merewe neza Muhimuzi, umuryango wa Shemu, Masaneza Muhimuzi, Shemu, Esperance Shemu, Jeremy Semu, umuryango wa Sean, Masegabano Sean, Nyakiza Sean, Musa Sean.
Amani Sean, Nyahoza, umuryango wa Kasa, Nyahoza Kasa, Ziraje Kasa, Janet Kasa, Yvonne Kasa, Baby Kasa, Famille Bitati, Thomas Bitati, Eric Bitati, Dudu Bitati, Nyahoza Saroti.
Famille Zaroti, Nyahoza Zaroti, Bebe Zaroti, Famille Kanyabitabo, Odia Kanyabitabo, Neza Kanyabitabo, Famille Musafiri Oga, Chantal Musafiri Oga, Nyamugisha Oga, Pansia Musafiri. Famille Gapingi, Nyabeogo Gapingi, Claude Gapingi, Gisele Gapingi.
Lydia Musafiri, Samuel Musafiri. Famille Mandev, Rea Mandev, Muhorana Mandev, Famille Butoto, Cheche Butoto, Fisto Butoto, Mpenzi Butoto, Famille Mahinga, Munezero Muhire, Nyabyinshi Muhire, Famille Mukwiye, Uziya Gashindi Mukwiye, Ndando Mukwiye, tuzahora tubibuka.
Lucy Mukwiye, Daniel Mukwiye, Famille Gaturuturu, Zera Gaturuturu.
Muhuza Felix Ruganzu, Full Time Baby, Famille Sebahire, Murekatete Sebahire, Patrick Sebahire, Kadada Sebahire, Famille Muyengeza, Nyarukundo Muyengeza, Rusengo Muyengeza, Musore Ruyengeza.
Famille Manaragaba, Ukuru Manaragaba, Zayisenga Manaragaba, Ange Manaragaba. Famille Ntwari, Pauline Ntwari, Jean Ntwari, Famille Gishoma, Asekafu Gishoma, Kunda Shoma, Famille Gikungu, Ruamanz F, Bigugu, Fabienne, Innocent, Bigugu, Didier Bigugu, Famille ya Runezegwa, Mukiraneza Runezegwa, Bose Runezegwa.
Biju Runezegwa, Famille Muvange Simone, Munezero Muvange, Edward Muvange, Mama Muvange, Famille Maronko Kagiki, Zera Maronko, Nyambo Maronko, Jane Maronko, Shatse Maronko.
Famille Serugarukira, Nabitanga Serugarukira, Nyantuboka Serugarukira. Famille Runagana, Manase Runagana, Gaterina Runagana, Mukobwa Runagana. Famille Gasungunu, Tonia Gasungunu, David Gasungunu. Famille Gakazi, Nese Ngakaji Bwana, Emmanuel Ngakazi, Daniel Ngakazi. Famille Kalala, Nakiza Kalala, Nezia Ngwambi Kalala.
Famille Ngirabakunzi, Nyagakobwa Ngirabakunzi, Bebe Ngirabakunzi, Famille Gasore Bunana, Gasore Bunana, Mukunde Gasore. Famille Munyakuri, Deborah Mukobwa Jana Munyakuri, Famille Rugenza, Jeannette Murura Isaac, Famille Ndagiro, Odia Ndagiro, Famille Gahakanye, Mado Gahakanye, tuzahora tubibuka.
Famille Gafita, Nyamubyeyi Gafita, Famille Zuzi, Nyamunezero Zuzi, Famille Ruganza, Kajeyi Ruganza, Famille Muzuri, Ndayishimiye Muzuri, Famille Rushaga Nyamajana Rushaga, famiye Rugabo Nyangore Rugabo, famiye Kazingo Bizimana Kazingo.
Famiye Seruhungu Nyamatungo Seruhungu, famiye Maria Sifa Maria, famiye Ndakanirwa Andre Ndakanirwa, famiye Bizimana Kazingo Bizimana, famiye Nzungu Michel Nzungu, famiye Rusekeza Gikwerere Rusekeza.
Famiye Nyantonesha, famiye Ruhumuriza Nyagirundo Ruhumuriza, famiye Afande Binyonyo Kisekedi Rwigema Semuhoza, Mugiraneza Rasarara.
Famiye Rwibagiza Espare Rwibagiza, famiye Michael Zikama Murorankweri Michael Zigama, famiye Semukazanya Niyitanga Semukazanya, famiye Sekabumba Rodrigue Ncuro Sekabumba. Babembe Community Care Living with Banyamulenge, famiye Nyapamba Sadiki Nyapamba Bahati Nyapamba, famiye Lulinda Abwe Paulo Lulinda Delfina Byamunone, famiye Batubula Regina Batubula.
Famiye Aochi Leo Aochi, famiye Bokeo Asukulu Bokele, famiye Mbelechi Incha Mbelechi, famiye Walukele Lukele Walukele, famiye Mambo Angalisho Mambo, famiye Sumari Evariste Sumari, famiye Kiza Janete Kiza, famiye Wisumbelo Wisumbelo, famiye Ndalo na Naramirenge Ndaro.
Kwibuke twiyubaka.
Barakoze cyane aba bantu. Barakoze cyane kudusomera amazina.
Thank you so much for reading the names.
Aya ni amazina y'abantu 166 bapfuye mu Gatumba.
These are the names of 166 people who died in Gatumba.
Ni nabo baduteranyije uyu munsi.
And they're the people that have gathered us here.
Nubwo twibuka n'abandi batandukanye.
Even though we are commemorating others, but the main people are these ones.
Twaje kunamira.
These are the people that we are commemorating for.
No guha agaciro kabo.
And to give them the honoring that they deserve.
Yeah, kuba twicaye mahanga cyangwa se turi hano niyo mpamvu.
Being here, that's the reason.
Tugeze mu wundi mwanya mwiza.
We have reached another moment.
Tugiye kuza mu mwanya wo kubibuka.
We are going to remember them or honor them.
No gucana urumuri rw'ikizere.
And we are going to light the candles of hope.
Pastor Musore yabivuze.
Pastor Musore said it.
Yavuze ko nubwo bari bapfuye.
Even though those died,
ariko abana basize n'abagabo.
But the kids they left now they are men.
Abadamu bapfakazi basize n'abagabo babashikurira abana neza.
The wives that they were left, they raised up their kids.
Dufite ikizere kandi twakomeje kugira ikizere ko
We have
bazakomeza
hope and we still have hope.
Tugiye gusaba bano basore bacu bagihagaze hano.
We are going to ask our youth as they stand here.
Hari abandi basore bagenzi babo bapfuye.
There are other youths that died.
Bagiye guhagarara habahagarariye abo basore.
They are going to stand here to represent the youth.
Reka dusabe president wacu cyangwa se komite.
Ask our president or the committee.
Y'ineza yacu bose ko ari batatu batambuke hano.
As they are to come here.
Ndatekereza ko wowe nabo baza hano hejuru.
I think for them they may come and stand here.
Mwihute ndabona.
Hurry up.
Reka dusabe n'umuyobozi w'abamama bacu.
Let's also ask our leader of our female so they can come forward and also can present the leader of women.
Reka dusabe n'umupastor wacu Pastor David.
Let's also ask Pastor David to come forward.
Kadusabe n'umwana uhagarariye abandi bana nawe batoranyije ko yatambuka.
Let's also ask the kid that was chosen to represent the kids Who was the kid that was asked to present the kids?
Reka dusaba umwana umwe naze. Umwana umwe natambuke.
Any kid could come.
Kujya. Reka dusabe.
Let's ask.
Okay, ndatekereza ko. Reka dusabe n'abandi bose muhaguruke.
Let's ask everyone to stand up.
Reka president.
Let the president.
Ndatekereza ko ino buje muri kwireba nitugera mu gihe cyo kwicana no gufukanda kano kantu.
At the time of lighting this candle, we are going just to click. Once you click it on this other side, it's going to light.
Reka dusabe president wacu
asadufashe. Let's ask our president to come and
atubimburire n'ubundi mu kwatsa ino buje.
To come and help us or lead us in lighting this candle.
Hanyuma narangiza natwe twese turahita ducana buje.
We are all going to light the candle.
Kwibuka abavandimwe bacu.
To remember our colleagues.
N'abandi mwese mushobora kubikora.
You can also do the same thing.
Tugiye gufata umunota umwe twibuka abavandimwe bacu abatumaze gusoma hano.
Let's take one moment to honor the people that left us.
Murakoze cyane.
Thank you.
Murakoze cyane.
Thank you so much.
Ndumva mwakwicarira.
You may sit.
Mwese mwicarire.
You may all sit.
Ariko buje mwazireka zigakomeza zigacana nta
kibazo. But you may leave your candles lighting. Let your candles light.
Yeah, murakomeza mwihangane n'ubundi turi kugenda ku musozo.
Let's keep being patient. We are
almost gahunda nkeya cyane hano.
We are remaining with few things on the agenda.
Gahunda nirangira tuza kusangirira twese hamwe hara hejuru.
After what we are going to do now, we are going all to
share. Rero umuntu utaha tutararangiza.
So please, no one.
Umuvugo wo kwibuka jenoside yakorewe abanyamurenge mu Gatumba.
The poem to remember the people that were killed in Gatumba.
Kwibuka abacu bazize jenoside ni igihango cy'umuhango.
To remember the people that were killed is not a routine, but it's something we have to do.
Nkindi sanzwe sinimisango sinimihigo ahubwo nagahinda twatewe n'umwanzi.
It's the sorrow that we have were caused by the enemies.
Rero iki gihango kidasa n'indi mihango cyo kwibuka inzirakarengane zaguye mu Gatumba ni hame tutazibagirwa.
This event that is not like other events of remembering our people.
Gatumba sinokuvuze kabiri no ko haremwe na rurema.
Gatumba, I won't announce you twice because you are created by the Lord.
Wabaye inzira z'inzirakarengane umwamara satariho urubanza.
You became the way of the victims and the blood of the people that they shedded.
Ariko twe tuzabiharira Imana na gato gwasa babikoze kuko umuntu wese azabazwa ibye.
But we are going to ask to the people that did it because everyone is going to be judged of what they did.
Turibuka ariko twiyubaka Gatumba yatewe itunguwe.
We remember as we build ourselves as Gatumba was invaded.
Hagwamo intwari n'intore nk'abapasiteri utekereza na Shoni.
There were men who were killed like the pastor and others.
Nubwo tutabonye abatuvugira mu mashirahamwe mpuzamahanga.
We didn't see people to seek justice for us in the nations.
Ni muhumure tuzahurira kuri ya ndirimbo ya Shamu na Miriyamu nibwo tuzashirisha.
But let's have hope. We are going to meet on one song of Sham and Miriam.
N'agahinda by'abatumaze tuzaba ducuye agahinda.
And the sorrow that we have and others had of the tears we had.
Ibya Gatumba binteye intimba ku mutima.
For the news from Gatumba gives me sorrow on my heart.
Nibutse iby'abacu batemewe mu matente ya Gatumba.
When I remember what happened to the people of Gatumba in their tents.
Barasize amatorero umurenge hasigara ari amatongo.
Who left their churches in their homes and now it became the wilderness.
Abo badusigiye intimba ku mutima.
They left sorrows on our hearts.
Hari igihe cy'igicikazuba ariko imurenge habaye ubwira kabiri byari umuco bibigicu iwacu hacura umuborogo.
There's sometimes in our countries it wasn't safe. There were like some eclipses and there was no peace.
Kwibagirwa uwo mubabaro biragoye twishwe n'umugome wari ugize igihe aducurira.
To remember the pain that was caused by those people who were our enemies.
Uwo mugabo ni Agato Gwasa na Imana witira pasiteri nabo babyemereye ku mugaragaro umenya ko badatinya umugayo.
Those are the names that were responsible for this and I am sure they are not afraid.
reka mbibarize yewe Habimana na Gwasa iyo muhiguruye yo mukica impinja n'impiri.
Let me ask these people, you killed the kids and the babies.
Abato n'abakuru kabicisha amacumu n'imihoro.
The young and the old, you kill them with the knives and the spears.
Mukiha imihoho ko ari mwe mwarabasangaga butaka bo bari bagorewe mu makambi mwabazizaga iki?
You are the people of the land, but why did you kill the people who are camping?
Ndibuka abasore murenge w'amaso n'amasoso meza.
I remember handsome youth
b'imisaya miremire n'amajosi maremare wishe nkumva binteye
who were
agahinda.
created in God's creation.
Ndibuka ibitambambuga bitaguteye ubushishi wishe nkumva binteye
I
agahinda.
remember the babies you killed that you had mercy for them.
Ndibuka abasaza bacu basengeye mu butayu bararezwe n'amata.
I remember the old people you killed that they were raised by the milk.
Ndibuka bari murenge w'amasugi bahagaze ku masezerano wishe nkumva binteye
I
agahinda.
remember the young girls that you killed who never had any problem.
Ndibuka abamama beza bazaga basenga bakenyeye ibitenge bikoreye amaboko bahagaze ku masezerano. Ndibuka urupfu wabishe nkumva ibitenge z'imaso amaso zo ngo bugugu nkumva binteye agahinda.
I remember the ladies and the women you killed that were used to cover themselves and they used to pray while they are putting their hands up, but you killed them with no mercy.
Reka mbwire bene wacu ari bo bwoko bwanje abari murenge n'abari mu mahanga.
Let me tell my people, as it's my nation, for those in different countries and those who are at home.
Ngo ni mugani y'utabaza bakoze amahano bazabibyozwe.
You go where the peace is, cause those that did this, they are going to face justice.
Mwibuke ku mwanzi wadahwema kutwica yatangiye igihe camure kugeza n'uyu munsi aracyadukwiye.
Remember, the enemy is not stopping to kill us. He started the time of Mulele. Until now, we are still being killed for that.
Mwibuka baguye Mugatumba, mwibuka baguye Kalemi, Kabera na Kamina kugeza ku ntwari yacu General Makanika yadukuye amazira karengane.
Remember those people who died in different places such as Gatumba, Kalemi, and our hero Makanika Rusigula who died for us.
Ndabinginze intango yabo muzayikomeze intwari twabuze twimakaza ubumwe bworoherane n'upfura.
I recommend you to keep the heroes in your hearts and to keep also being heroes.
Ubuzima bwo burakomeje, imfubyi twazigiwe tuzirere, ababaye tubamenye, indushi zacu tuzimenye, tujye bikiya dutanga imisanzu.
The life keeps on going. Let's raise up the orphans and let's keep saving those who are surviving and those who are left behind for the injuries.
Tubazigamire nayo imfashanyo zo ngo akimuhana kazi imvura ihise.
Let's keep them in our hearts, but saving or helping them is going to be okay.
Twirinde inda ndende n'amacakubiri y'indejo tutazahava dusubiranamo.
Let's avoid troubles, because if we do that, we are going to start causing trouble by ourselves.
Dufite igihugu tugomba kugiharanira.
We have the country we have to fight for.
Ikiguzi cyacu murakizi intango ya gisaro na gakunzi.
You know the cost of what we have to do.
Nicholas na Makanika tuyikomeze.
As Nicholas and Makanika, let's keep it going.
Ubumwe bushinga imizi umurenge intwari twasigaranye tuzubahe.
Unity that has roots, let's respect it.
Duharanira amahoro.
Let's fight for peace.
Twirinde ibibi byose.
Let's avoid any troubles.
Gusebanya n'amacakubiri tubirandura imizi yabo.
Let's avoid dividing each other.
Twubake umurenge tuhahindure paradiso.
Let's rebuild Mulenge to make it paradise.
Tuatake tuateze imbere abatwanga bagwe mu kaga ingoma.
Let's design it so that those who hate us should be surprised.
Soza ndahumuriza imiryango ya Mari wabayo.
As I end or reach the conclusion, I tell the families that were left by their people.
Imibare yacu no kuzabasanga muri bwa butabera bw'intebe nziza.
Our aim is to find them with justice in the good seats that they were prepared for.
Ahasigaye ugira ituze witunganye nawe aho utuye niho azagutunguka.
Have peace and settle down, because where you are now, it's where they're going to come from.
Arakaza twegamirane ku ntugu intuma z'ibyo twabize tuyibwire ngo nagasaga warasese.
Let them come and let us comfort ourselves as we are left.
Tuyisige dutaye kuko tutarabayo twisangira abacu twabuze mu
Let's
Gatumba.
leave it and go home, because this is not our homeland, and find our people.
Nibakira intwari kazi itwaye umuheto idatinya kuvuga ukuri nubwo dutuye kuri murakuzi.
It's Bakire, the heroess, who is representing this, as you all know. Thank you so much.
Umwana wacu arakoze cyane.
Thank you, our daughter.
Nta mwanya dufite wo kuvuga ariko avuze umuvugo ushobora gukora ku mutima buri muntu wese.
He said the poem that is heart touching.
twibuke ko hari abavandimwe abana b'imfubyi twasize iwacu.
Let's remember we left colleagues and
twibuke ko
orphans.
hari abadamu b'abapfakazi.
Let's remember their widows.
twibuke ko hari abantu batameze neza.
Let's remember there are people who are suffering.
hanyuma ibyo dukora byose tuzigamire kugira ngo babashe kubaho.
Whatever we do, let's aim to make them
natekereza
survive.
ko umusanzu utazongera kuba ikibazo kuri twe.
I think our helping or what we give out to help is never going to end.
mu byo utekereza byose wibuke ko bari abantu bahari.
In everything you think or you do, remember that those people are
nubona
there.
ukwezi udatanze amafaranga yawe uzajya wibuka ko
If
ntababura.
there is a month that passed without any contribution,
umwana wacu
remember
rwose
that.
arakoze Imana imuhe umugisha.
ubwo rero turarangije gahunda zacu.
We end here.
abo twahamagaye bakatwitaba namwe nimuduhamagara tuzabitaba rwose.
For those that we called and
abazabona
then you
uburyo
came,
tuzabitaba.
we